Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kirusho here, and now, before we do start, let us give a brief little review. In the last part, a number of things have happened. We had Deku. Deku, he spent a little over a month out in Freeside. During that time, he did a few things. He got employment at the Silver Rush, and he used his money wisely. He showed the Van Graff family exactly why he is someone they want to have on their payroll. And he did one last job for them before he quit and headed off to Westside. He heard about Marcy, or the strange flying creature, attacking out there, and he wanted to be there the next time it might have happened. 3 weeks ago, she attacked Vegas, and that led to the Securitrons attacking her and driving her away without hesitation. Marcy, she wasn't spotted since, though she has been seen around Westside a little bit more frequently than before. Izuku, however, on his last job, was ambushed by Enclave soldiers. He took them down, took their weapons, and went back to Freeside. He turned in this quest, got paid, sold some weapons, and head out to Westside with information on his former dwellers. Now, with that being said, Deku, he has possible leads on everybody. However, the Enclave don't know where he was, and that is quite intriguing. Now, with that all being said, let us start. We'll start with Izuku Midoriya, who made his way to Westside and still felt the pain throbbing in his arm. He used a stim pack. However, it broke the night prior. Now, he's still trying to think about a few things. Where he should stay, what he should do to pass some time. If Marcy was around here a few nights ago, she might come back around. Though at this point he's trying to think about what to do. If she comes back tonight, that's good for him. If she doesn't, that's bad. And right now, he is head to a shop. Currently stepping inside and going to talk to the man about a few things. Getting some scrap metal along with a few pieces of information he might need. And Deku, he is a step out of Miguel's pawn shop. A lot on his mind. His arm is doing a lot better. The fact of the matter is, it's not doing too bad. It's still somewhat healing from that shot. Then again, he's got to at least thank himself for being a little strong. I mean, stim packs make him feel strange, and he can't really be injecting them all the time. He's thought about using right away, but the last time he did, it made him feel sick. He's been trying to avoid it, but at the same time, he's concerned about that. He's wondering a few things, though. Marcy. With a bounty on her head, people are after her. So he's got to figure out how to deal with this. Deal with her? Right now, him heading to the Westside Co-op and buying a few things. Buying some food and talking to the person here. Them also talking to him about a few things whenever he does to ask about the strange creature that has been seen around. And he doesn't get too much before he's a step out and turn. Right now thinking about where to go. He's heard of the Thorn. People have talked about it. And it has been a topic for discussion. A place where people can fight creatures of the wasteland, where they are even pitted against each other, where the strongest do survive. And Deku, he is quite curious. Currently, him making his way into the Thorn, and currently going to look around, stepping in and seeing a few things. Currently, there being a fight between some creatures, and this does intrigue him. Him hearing the crowd roar out and chant for their own teams. Before he's a step in and you see the creatures down below, them fighting. And this has Deku kind of intrigued. Right now, him watching one giant rat scorpion against three Night Stalkers, and they are faring better than expected. However, he does a turn, seeing one person who does stand there. Right now, them silent, quiet, and waiting for the battle to be finished. And Deku does stare down as 3 minutes do pass by, and the creatures, they fail. The Night Stalkers tried a lot. The rat scorpion was heavily injured. However, it had one advantage. Its venom was able to keep it alive, and it was able to take them down with its endurance. And it does begin to head back to its cage, limping and dragging some of its legs, along with the fact that its, well, stinger is also damaged. Now, Deku does stare at that. For Red Lucy does get a turn and announce to the crowd exactly about how the Rat Scorpion has won, and how anyone who placed bets on it are victorious. The next battle will take place in 30 minutes. However, the Rat Scorpion will not be the next challenger. And she's a turn, looking around at the people, before her eyes do get a set on Deku. The man staying there with a cloak, glowing eyes, and weapons. However, his stature, his posture, the way he looks, it draws her attention, and she stares at him. Before Deku, he does come walking down. Right now, him thinking about what to say, thinking about what to do. Red Lucy, that must be her name. She's the master of the Thorn. People have spoken about her in passing. Some call her crazy. Some call her dedicated. However, he's not too sure what to make of her. And whenever he does start to talk with the woman, she does express that she's happy to see a warrior in the Thorn, asking if he'd be a participant in a battle, or if he's here to wager on strength. No, I'm here for information. I hear you're tracking down that creature. You have hunting parties, right? I've heard that there are people out there who track things down for you. Yes, you would be correct. However, stranger, what are you doing here? I'm here because I'm trying to track down that flying creature. The screecher, or whatever you guys want to call it. Yes, that creature. People have called it many things. However, I've gathered some information. A long time ago, back in the area known as Appalachia formerly, there were creatures who existed there. I do not know much about it. However, from what I do know, the creature above does fit a description from what I've heard. One that is unrelenting, unforgiving, whose scream could make a man deaf, tear a man apart. This creature, however, it fits too well. I believe it to be something called a scorched beast. A what? A scorched beast. Are you going to challenge it? You do seem more confident than the others. I'm trying to find it. For what purpose? Because I need to. You say that, stranger. But may I ask why? You seem confident in yourself as a hunter. I don't need to explain myself. But listen, if you know where it's at, I need to know. Perhaps I do know where it is. Or perhaps not. You have to prove to me that you are strong enough to face this creature. I've had many people go after it, though none have returned victorious. Who do you think you are to walk in here and claim you can take it down? I never made that claim. No, you did not, but you act as if you are able to track it, hurt it, kill it. That isn't why I'm after it. I see. You wish to keep it a secret. I do. I really do. Well then, stranger, you'll have to do something for me. The thorn, it is my master, and it does require strength to endure. Are you willing to show off your strength? If you are, I'd be willing to help you, give you information, tell you more. That is all. Really? Yes, you will be rewarded for your power. And that's all. I don't have to pay you, be sidetracked by something. No, you don't have to. All we ask is for you to prove that you are a warrior, a powerful one, a hunter. I can tell by your eyes. You do show strength, but understanding it is difficult. I wish to know. Will you fight the next battle in the Thorn? What will I be fighting? Does that matter to you? It sort of does. Yes. Really? It does. Yes. I don't like to be caught off guard. I was taught that you always need to know an opponent. I'm sure this opponent will not be anything that you cannot handle. Are you willing to fight? Or are you going to be uncooperative? I do have something that can help you. But if you are going to resist, then I will not hold you, warrior. You may leave if you do not feel like you are up to the challenge. I never said that. What will I be facing? I see. Confident. Well, let me see. You will be facing 3 large fire ants. Do you feel like you will be able to win? Yes. And are you going to be using your weapons? For ants? I don't think I'll need them. Though, you guys do have a doctor nearby, right? The Thorn will provide. As for you, what will you do? Will you risk the odds? Disarm yourself and fight that way, or keep yourself armed? I'll disarm. Deku, going to turn. Run out him, dropping down his assault rifle, sniper, and pulling out his pistol. Before he has to toss it down to Lucy's feet. And she does go to stare at the weapons. Currently, Deku turning and going to be escorted by somebody who does take him down to the arena. Currently, thinking about what to do. And Lucy does go down as a challenge. Tonight they have a special little event. They have an unknown challenger. Someone who has disarmed themselves of weapons and will be fighting against 3 Fire Ranch soldiers. If anyone is going to take their bets, she suggests they do so now. This warrior does seem confident in this battle. And this is where she has to hear people begin to bet on the Fire Ants. Betting against the unarmed man who's crazy enough to go down there alone. And we do have where the match does begin. Deku stepping into the arena and seeing the fence, watching as those giant ants do sit there currently, waiting for that thing to open. And when the gate does begin to slide, Deku, he has to grab his outfit. Right now, him gonna pull off the cloak he made from the Bright Brotherhood outfit. Currently dropping it to the ground and going to step out. And people, they do go to stare. And they do go to watch this man. Right now, he looks abnormal, unlike anything they've seen. And Lucy does get a stare. Before they do watch Deku, right now him gonna fall to his knees and beginning to look up. As he does, gonna have his fingers begin to elongate his nails. Along with his arms, they do begin to grow larger, and his legs do get to do so as well. Along with the fact that his back does begin to have those spikes protrude visibly to some of them. And this does alarm them. Before Deku does a stand up fully and stand there. Right now his horns 4 inches long. And he does stand there around the size of a super mutant. And this does catch many of them off guard. Them confused. As Deku does a step forwards. Right now the ants rushing at him to attack. One breathing fire before Deku brings his hands over his head, currently running through the flames and smashing down with his right hand on their head. Turning as one of the giant ants do try to grab him by the arm. Right now them having their pinchers sink into his left arm as Deku hears it a wince, currently bringing down his claws and going to gouge into one of their eyes. Before the third ant does attack Deku, currently it blasting fire directly into his back before he's a turn. Right now him smashing two of the giant ants away, and they are sent flying. Before Deku's a turn to the one that does still hold onto his left arm, bringing his hand down and smashing his fist directly into its eye. Before he has to drive his claws in deeper, and he does then gonna bring his foot up. Right now him kicking into the ant and smashing against the wall. Before he's a turn ripping this thing's hat off. And Deku, he does begin to feel his adrenaline spike. His bloodlust beginning to take over a little bit. And he does feel the effects of the withdrawal. He wants to inject himself with Psycho. He needs some goddamn Psycho. Though right now, that headache, it does go to affect him. Currently, him turned to the ants before he's to grab this thing's head. Currently, pulling it off of his arm as it is a slice into it. Before he has to pull his hand back and chuck the head at one of the ants. Currently, it being struck in the face and then going to be stunned. Deku rushing forwards at the one that isn't. It breathing fire before Deku, he has to bring his hands down. Currently smashing it in the back and picking it up. Before he's to turn and throw this thing towards the wall. Looking at the one that's stunned and bringing his hand over. Grabbing it by the neck and going to slam his body weight down onto it. Before bringing his right hand up and smashing its head for it to explode. And the creature, it does lay there dead. Izuku turning and standing up. Right now him huffing and puffing. Before he does begin to feel his vision go a little blurry. Trying to focus as the ant does come rushing towards him. Currently, it knocking Deku off balance before he's flying backwards onto the ground. Currently, him bringing his hands up and grabbing the pinches of the ant as it has attempted to breathe fire into his face. Deku angling it upwards before he does go do one thing. He does go to bring his foot up and begin to push the ant up into the air. Right now, him going to pull this thing apart as he's a rip it in two and the creature is sent flying over his head. Deku being covered in the blood. And this, it is where Lucy does get to stare down. Deku rolling over and climbing to his feet. Before he has a stand up and show he's still alive. His body is covered in covered in some burns, along with the fact that he does have some injuries along his body. However, Lucy does begin to watch Deku shrink back down. Her confused, her intrigued, and everyone there watching this man. This guy who, he has a tail. They might either be tripping balls or this guy is not normal. This is the weirdest shit they've seen. And Deku, he is paid 400 caps for this battle. Currently, him climbing out and then gonna walk back over to Lucy, asking questions about exactly where this Scorch Beast, as she called it, might be. And she does go to congratulate him on his battle and express that the Thorn is open to him at any time. He may come back and fight. In fact, she'd be willing to put him up against some of their death claws. Maybe some other time. Right now, I want to know where that creature might be. Are you sure, warrior? If you do pursue it, I cannot guarantee your safety. Never asked for it. I want to know. Where is it? Her going to hold up her hand. And Deku, he does end up bringing his own hand up. A little confused when she does go to express for his pet boy to open the map. Her stepping forwards and going to examine everything before she's a tap on the screen and tell him, this area right here, there is a place called the Ruby Hill Mine. She believes that that is where the scourged creature has been coming from. She has sent people out to collect mantis eggs from Vault 22. It is in that same direction. Vault 22? There's another vault. Wait, where's 22? Her going to move her finger slowly, pointing to the other area, expressing, Vault 22 is around here. It is hidden well. Along with that, this Scorch Beast has taken out many hunters who have headed that direction. She's even heard the NCR has sent people that way, trying to find Jacobstown and deal with problems there. She believes that they were taken out as well. Seriously? Yes, I'm serious. Are you sure you wish to pursue this? This creature will most likely hurt you. You do not have to go. I do. Listen, it's what I have to do. I don't expect you to understand. You're a vault dweller. What did they do to you? Excuse me? What did they do to you? I don't want to talk about that. Everyone has something happen to them. Though, what happened to you? You are a hunter. Stay. Prove yourself strong. Become powerful. If you show you are worthy of it, you may one day become my hunter. Are you sure you do not want to do that? You will be provided for. A place to rest. All creatures need it. A place to stay. A home. They will celebrate you. While others out there, they may fear you. I'm leaving. Thank you for the advice. The directions. Deku gonna turn. However, he does it a freeze, turning back to Lucy, expressing he might come back if he's ever in the need for some caps, and if he ever does want to have a battle. Her bringing her hand up and waving off the warrior. However, she is concerned. If he is to leave, is to go, will he survive his encounter with the Scorched? There's only one way to know. If he fails, he's not strong. Just another unfortunate soul eaten and spat out by the wasteland. And that it does it cross her mind. Currently, her bringing her hand up and talking about the next potential battle the Thorn will see. And Izuku, he doesn't leave. Right now, he's got a lot going through his mind. Currently, him bringing up a Stimpack and injecting it into his arm. As he does, gonna feel a little bit better. Currently making his way down the road, finding the highway and following it till he doesn't find where it does begin to end. Turning and thinking. Vault 22? Check that out. If he's right, it's. Well, he's a little bit more past it now. Head there and check it out. See what he can find, maybe. Yeah. That's an idea. Though, the Scorch heads east. Marcy heads east. Why would she do that? What's east? Okay. There must be another settlement somewhere. Another place? People head there for some sort of reason. Okay. Check the vault or not. The mine's just up the road. He can check it, and if she's not there, he can head back down and check 22. Although exploring a vault. Yeah. After they regroup, after they get together, they can explore 22 and see what's going on there. Or repair their Pip Boys. There's an experiment happening. In that vault too? But, okay. That one lady at the 188, she talked about them. And then Lucy's bringing up a vault. He's seeing a pattern. He doesn't like it. But 21, 3 was invaded by the fiends. 21, from what he's heard, is a casino. I mean, a casino and hotel. But then there's his. That's concerning. Now, Izuku, he does head up the road. Right now, him heading to the mine. And he is looking around. Currently, him going to walk past the bend and try to walk into the nearby mountain. And he does get a search. He searches for over an hour, backtracking back to the road and going across, before he does eventually find the entrance to the mine. And this does have him quite intrigued, stepping inside and going to smell something quite off. Currently, him heading in further and seeing that there are some people here who have been killed, bending down and going to begin to search them. The person here has been burned. Okay. Turning. Going to pick up their weapon and find that it has been busted in half. However, he has to pull the ammunition out of the assault rifle, checking it out, and then going to pocket it. Before he does a search the man for caps and for any information. Currently, finding a crumpled note and pulling it out. It somewhat burned at one of the edges. Before he does just won't sit there. It talking about them tracking down the creature to the nearby area. And about how somebody believes it to be here. However, their group is going to challenge it before they get back up. Head in further and see what they can do. If they can collapse the mine on top of this thing, they can pin it down somewhere. Take out its wings and it can't fly away. I mean, there's got to be a way for it to get out of here if it can fit inside. Possibly a massive cave-in? The roof's got to have caved at some point. I mean, 200 years ago, bombs went off, so it wouldn't be that surprising for it to collapse a little. Though that might mean the mine's also unstable. Making it more unstable could pose a lot of problems. And Izuku, he does gonna flip the page over and see a bit more information. Before he does, gonna bring it up and directly stuff it into his waistband. thinking about what to do. Currently going to pull his assault carbine and begin to check his ammunition. Him racking in one in the chamber before he's to pull out his pistol. Checking to see it's fully loaded, flicking it closed, and then going to take in a bit of a breath. Thinking about how this might go. Currently, Deku holding the gun and beginning to move, clearing a corner and not seeing anything. Before he does, going to step around the corner. Him going to do so where he's to see a dead creature. Stepping forwards and going to see that it has been taken out. However, its body is rotting. Okay, that's... Oh, God, it smells putrid. It's been here for a while. Not good. Though that smell. Oh, what could it be? Him walking further into the cave. And this is where he does going to find a massive area. Stepping in and going to whistle. Currently waiting to see if there's anything that does go to respond. And he does just won't stand there. Before he's going to hear a sound. Currently him seeing a creature appear from the dark. And this thing, it does a stare at him. Deku's eyes trying to adjust to both the light and dark he's staring at. And it does a step out. Currently, it's large and massive. Deku holding up his weapon and staring at it. This massive thing in front of him. It's a pre-war bat. A large one. How is that possible? The wings. The creature stepping forwards, before letting out a massive hiss, screaming at Deku. And he does go to stare at that. Right now, it's sniffing the air and staring at Deku, highly confused as it does hold up his rifle. And currently, the creature, it does continue to smell the air. Right now, it stepping forwards as Deku, he does get ready. Currently, him bring his finger onto the trigger and wanting to pull. However, her, Marcy, she isn't hostile. Not yet. Just, come on. No. Marcy, it gonna freeze and stare at him. You in there? Come on. I know it's you. Listen, me and you may not have seen eye to eye on a lot of things, but if you're in there, it'd be nice for you to come out. You know, it's Miyazuku. The, your partner. Her letting out a bit of a screech before she has to back away. And Deku, he does go to lower the weapon. Right now, him going to toss it to the ground as he is to move forwards, expressing, listen, he gets it. She probably didn't expect to see him again, right? He's alive. He's right here. Bringing his hands up and stepping towards the creature. And it does not like this. Something inside its mind does not feel right. And Deku, he does express, if it wants to do something, then do it. If it's gonna attack him, just fucking do it already. If it's not gonna do anything, then just let him talk. If it's not gonna scream, then just sit there. He's here. What happened to working as a team? He woke up alone. Where did she go? What about Chloe? What about John? Tommy left. Tommy ran off. Hell, what about Connor? Does she remember Connor? And the creature, it does go to freeze. Before Deku does begin to watch it shrink. It letting out a sound as if it was in pain. And he does just don't stand there. Right now, him watching on. Before he does go to watch this thing shrink down to the size of a girl, the size of a human. And he does a step forwards. Right now, him bringing his hand down and going to grab her. Before he does it, pull her up and talk about it. Bring his hand to her face. Hey, come on, you alive? Marcy? Marcy? Bringing his ear directly to her mouth. He can hear shallow breathing. Come on. Her heart rate a little low. Shit. Okay, does he have it on him? No. Shit. Is she gonna be okay? Him pulling out some psycho, wondering if this is gonna be a good idea. However, it's kinda all he's got, bringing it up and stabbing it down into her chest. And Marcy, she's gonna sit there for a minute. Him pulling the syringe out and tossing it to the side. Before she directly does jump up awake and turn, shoving Deku backwards, throwing him to the ground. And she's gonna scurry backwards away from him. Before looking around and trying to figure out where she is. Before she is a stare at Deku, who does go to fully sit there in the light. Her currently up against the cave wall. Huh. Where's Chloe? Where? Where am I? Izuku? Is that you? Hey, long time no see. How are you? Am I dead? What are you talking about? No, this can't be right. You changed. You went feral. You ran. You, you shouldn't be here. I, where am I? Listen, it's a long story. Do you know where you are? No, not really. Her bring her hands up and staring at them. They look a little more human than before. Bring her hands around and feeling the part of her back where her wings used to be. Curious, concerned, alarmed. She's human again, but her mutations, they're still here. Oh, where have you been? I woke up at a place called Repcon. That's all I know. It's been 43 days. 43? What the fuck are you talking about? I haven't seen you in months. Hmm? What are you talking about? You ran off into the wasteland after you changed fully. You were overtaken. I went feral? Like a ghoul, yeah. Her looking down. And Izuku, he does go to bring his hand up. Right now, pulling off his, well, let's just say, God, cloak. There we go. And going to hand it over to her, talking about it. They can talk a bit more about this, but right now, how about they have some food? He resupplied in Westside. It's a long story to talk about. And they can fill each other in. Maybe. But, where are the others? You're the first one I found. You're not exactly subtle, so tracking you down was a little easier. We got Enclave after us. I know. Me and Chloe were attacked by a few of them. That's where things got hazy. You were with Chloe? I was, but we got separated. I don't know where she ended up. I just remember I was wounded and I was fighting. There were creatures around, tons of them. Then then I just got overwhelmed. I screamed and screamed and screamed, and then I blacked out. That's not good. I know. That's everything. That's the last thing I remember. And then I'm here. How how long did you say you were active again? 43 days. A little over a month. Why? So it happened to you too. You lost control, like I did. What are you talking about, Marcy? I don't fully know. Her bring her hand up, and her Pip-Boy isn't on her wrist. Her gonna jump up, a little concerned, looking around the area, before she just see it laying down in a pile of parts, running over and bending down, grabbing it and pulling it up, before seeing that the latch, it is a little damaged, bring it up onto her wrist and then going to close it. It not wanting to fully close, for she just have to mess with it a little bit more and bend something to properly fit. And it does begin to do the boot up sequence once more. Her going to flip it back over and wipe away some of the viscera that does still cover it. Talking about it. She needs to get this thing fixed. Though, let's see, the date. The date. The date. I've been active for a month. As far as I can tell, I think we've been almost active for 9, 3 months before we were supposed to report back in. No, Izuku, that's not what I'm concerned about. Wait, did you say 9 months? Yeah, I said 9. Why? Izuku, we escaped 4 months ago. I've been out for almost 2? Seriously? Yes. We all escaped 4 months ago. And you say you only remember a month? This alarming him. He. Shit. There goes his idea. He thought he wandered into the night, not 4 months as 3 months as a death claw? Fuck. That's bad. That's really, really bad. I 3. Seriously? We tried to track you down. I tried to find you, but you're not easy to track. Big lumbering thing. It was not easy. We tried to stick to the shadows. Just tried to be quiet. Fight who we needed to and survive off the land. Use what we learned from those books and stay alive. It wasn't that hard. Until this one place. Can you describe it? Here, hang on. Him turning and grabbing some supplies from his bag. Before he does, go to hand some of them over, giving her some food and some water, along with going to turn and see if he does have anything she can use to clean her Pip-Boy off with. And the two, they do have some food and have a chat, trying to talk about exactly how things have been. And it's nice. For the first time in a minute, Deku can let his guard down. He found Marcy. He found another Vault Dweller. Though she does start to ask questions about his horns. And Izuku, he does try to explain. As far as he knows, the scientist talked about FEV. And, well, his mutations have been steadily coming back into play. He's pretty sure her wings might pop back up too. It might be how it was before. Shit. Yeah, not too sure. I mean, I've seen a bit of a pattern. I get ready to fight, or I get aggressive, I mutate. I don't, I turn back into this, I guess. Really? Yeah, I don't know. Might have been different at the Enclave base. We were always on edge. I think the Wasteland's the same. Give it time. Maybe we can get this all undone. I doubt it. Listen, I do too. There's a vault nearby. Just, we'll take a second to rest and head there. Are you serious? It's not 16? No, I want to investigate it. I've heard rumors, things people talk about. I need to investigate it for a little bit of closure. I'm not certain, but I've been getting a few little ideas. Some things people talk about just don't seem right. I want to find out why. Okay. Uh, thanks, I guess. Don't worry about it. I'm just happy that you're safe. Right. Her going to turn. Trying to think about what to do. Gather what she can from what remains of the cave. Yeah. All there really is scattered parts and scattered things. Along with that, she wants to stay awake. She's a little scared. Her memory has a massive chunk missing. There 1 second, gone the next. Here, again, the next second. She's worried about falling asleep again, since she doesn't know if she'll wake up and it's going to be a decade later. That might be an actual possibility. She's just afraid. And she can tell that this information also rattled Deku. With that being said, I do hope you enjoyed. And have an amazing day. I'll catch you guys in the next part.